Hey everyone, welcome back to the Armstone's video podcast. And on today's episode, we have a very special guest, Rhys Galvin. Rhys is a professional installer from RBG Landscapes. And today, we will be having casual chat about why it's important to choose the right stone supplier and a certified installer for your home renovation project. So, if you want your renovation to be quality built with the excellent tradesmanship and a quality products, watch this video until the end so that you understand why it's important to hire an independent professional installer and a trusted, credible stone supplier. Hey mate, thanks for coming here on this lovely Sunday.
Anytime, mate. Thanks for having me.
No worries. RBG Landscapes are the installers we recommend when someone calls our team at Armstone. I think it's very important for the installer and a supplier to work closely together. This way, the project can progress smoothly because they can synchronize their knowledge. It also reduces any blame games during the construction process. And trust us, this happens quite a lot. We choose to partner with RBG Landscapes because, like us, Rhys has extremely high standards for installations. He's also very good at communicating with clients, provides detailed quotes, and has deep understanding of the best practices for the various installation methods. And very much like myself, Rhys is extremely passionate about creating spaces for our clients that have unique designs and exceptional quality of build. Personally, I think the reason for our alliance works so well together is because as a stone supplier, we also provide Rhys with the most recommended installation materials, and Rhys then uses these same materials on every job, which means he has a very good understanding what each item is used for and why. Also, with each type of stone requires a slightly different installation process. Rhys understands this and he knows when to apply a particular method for maximum results. Rhys, from your experience, why do you think it's important for customers to choose a quality stone supplier and a professional installer, and more so ones that work together really well?
Armin, thanks again for having me here, mate. To answer your question, as you mentioned earlier, my business, RBG Landscapes, has been partnered with you now for over 2 years, and we couldn't be more happier to be able to work with someone like yourself as a more reputable stone supplier, because it does make our process and the client's process a lot easier when deciding to choose an install. The best part about working with Armstone is you know you're always going to get the best products and the best service. I know during my construction process, we have specific materials and processes that need to be done. And the best thing about working with yourself, Armin, is you know what materials best suit the job. Some people out there don't know what's best to use, but when it comes to yourself and me, we use the right materials and the right process.
Yeah, definitely. So we already know it's going to be, there has to be non-slip. We already know that has to be salt tested. And if we know the area has, say, lots of sunlight, we wouldn't recommend particular type of stone. So once we've already done that filtering, finding out what they need, and then I already know if there's a slab is there, you can use the 20 mil stone, and you know that you'll do the direct stick. So I know clearly that whatever you're going to receive there, you already know what to do with it, how to do with it. And sometimes it happens that I speak to you and say, oh, this is the client came and this is what the client wants. And then you will go and look at the job and tell me, I've been there, I physically looked at it, and I thought that, yeah, you know what, I think this size will work better because there's more curves in there. So this works well. And we go back to the client, we tell them these, and they, so again, we synchronized the knowledge and how it works.
And that's what the client wants to know, because there are a lot of installers out there that always are trying to do the right thing. But when it comes to yourself and me, we go that extra mile. You will provide insight on what tiles work well, what tiles are suitable and not suitable, what tiles are structural. And with my insight on that as well, it's a warming feeling for a client to be able to hear that from an installer and a supplier.
So customers come in and they have some sort of problems and they don't know where to start. So that's where I come and tell them, I find out, ask them questions, why they need it, what they need it for, where is the area, where is the sun is facing, is it going to get hot on the foot, are they using around the pool or not? So once we decide what product is suitable for their needs at that particular area, Then we recommend them the color and the stone type. From there, once they engage to Rhys, then Rhys already knows that we're on the same page. He knows the product that I'm going to give you is very suitable for that pool area, and he knows how to install. He knows the thicknesses that he has to use for pool coping, for example. Is it going to be 30 mil or 20 mil? When can you use the 20 mil? Like, is it a fiberglass pool? He knows he would use the drop edge, full drop edge, 30 mil thick without any mitered joint in there. So all these, I know, he knows, and it's not that you're going to go to him, he's going to say, no, that's the wrong thing, you can't do it. And or come to me and say, oh, your installer doesn't know what he's talking about. This is why it works really well. And we're all independent companies. Is RBG Landscapes, Armstone, but because we speak the same language, it just works perfectly well and smooth. So just happy for this alliance. Like, it's just been work since HMRD. I don't know, it's 2 years, it's been great. I hope this will continue.
So if you're shopping around for an installer for your home build, renovation or project, I strongly recommend finding an installer that has a close working relationship with a stone supplier like myself and Armin.
Our combined expertise really makes the process simpler for our customers. What about you, when you go from your own clients, like you go there, what sort of issues you commonly see? What do you see?
A real big issue that a lot of builders and landscapers come across and see is efflorescence. And efflorescence occurs from the substrate, cementitious products, grouts, tile glues, mortar beds and sand cement. Besides the efflorescence issues, there's the structural issues, the structural integrity, which occurs, generally from a poor installation, which can arise from the substrate, which can be tiles popping off the tile bed, pavers lifting off the mortar bed, insufficient laying methods. We often solve the problem by attending to the site, doing an inspection to help identify the problem. We assess the issue, analyse how the stone is performing, and then determine what materials that need to be resolved to help this, whether it's waterproofing, adhesives, grout, pre-sealers, top sealers, whatever's required to fix the problem.
Have you seen any pool copings that are crumbled and you just saw that and you go, God, these guys use sandstone?
Absolutely.
Straight away.
Absolutely.
See it quite
Absolutely. We've seen many of those issues with sandstone, and I mean, as you know, it is not the best material to be used around a pool.
It's not suitable,
No,
that's all.
no, not at all.
Some stones are just suitable or not suitable.
Absolutely.
I mean, that stone is just not suitable.
Of course.
I'll just argue with
No,
anyone
of course.
about that 24/7.
And that's the reason why we are working together, mate, because we go above and beyond. As the installer and the supplier, we are here to run a reputable business and make clients happy and provide a desired result. But we go that extra mile, with the stone and the design and everything. And it's, that's why we're here today, and that's why we're going to continue to work together in the future to provide that insight for people.
Exactly, Rhys. You're just spot on. You make a very good point that I hope our viewers take this with them, which brings us to the end of this video. At the end of the day, as with everything in life, it's up to you who you choose your stone supplier and installer. And as you've heard from Rhys and I and myself, choosing the team that already has a working relationship makes everything easier for you. So, if you would like any help with your project, give us a call. We would love to chat and see if we can help. Thank you for being here, buddy. We'll probably do another podcast later on with another thing, maybe about methods of installations. We will always have that idea to talk about that, and that will help people to understand the basics of 3 different types of installation, and we can go from there. So thank you for having us. I'll see you next time.
And thank you for having me, Armin. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure, buddy.
Thanks, matey.